Sweet blessings, dear ones. Quick message today. First off, I love you. You're doing great. Hope you're watching your health and your diet. And the message today that I got real clearly this morning was, and this is something we're seeing over and over and over again, the world, your outside world will reflect back to you the way you feel. And so that's the message. And so the practice that my guides told me to practice today was to see everyone as their best version, as the best version of themselves, right? And so everyone I would see, I would just picture love and like think of them if they've just put their life back together and they're exercising and they're eating right and they're just really in love with life and they're the best version of themselves. And the minute I did this, I was on Lover's Lane and I looked over and there was a gentleman panhandling, and like right when I had this kind of insight to do this practice, someone gives him something. Didn't even see what it was, if it was money or something to eat or whatever. And then he was real smiley, and he said thank you, and then he passed on. And it was beautiful in that how quickly the universe will respond to a shift in consciousness, right? A shift in your paradigm. You'll see results immediately. A second thing that I noticed in the same thought, and then I want to talk real quickly about the ego. The second thing I noticed in that same kind of idea was last night I was at dinner with someone, and she came in and we talked, and then the server never came around, and we talked talked more, and the server, and I'm always real patient, and then finally I got flagged down. I was like, hey, can we get some can we order some appetizers or whatever? And then later, like, she never came back, never. And then I finally asked the person I was with, and she's like, oh, this happens to me all the time. Like, it's just this weird thing, I never get service. And so you see that I was able to bear witness to someone else's emotional leanings, maybe you can say, or their proclivities to their world, and their ideals and how that manifests. That never happens to me. I'm always, I'm a very normal, kind of service, getter. I don't know. But I thought that was interesting how I kind of got to observe that. So, and then the other insight I had in meditation the other day that I'd like to share is the guides came in real clear on was ego is so strong because it has to distract you from God's source, right? So God's source is so powerful, right? Like, you can't look at it, they've talked about that in scriptures and stuff, right? And so the identity here in the physical world, like your connection here to this thing, this avatar, God avatar, is so strong. It feels so real because you are competing with God consciousness, right? Like this has to be stronger than the everything and the all. So that's why it seems so real. But in actuality, before this life, there's nothing. Every night, there's nothing. And then after, there's nothing. So what's the dream? This is the dream. The sooner we all realize that, the better the dream gets. Because then we realize that we can manipulate it and control it with our thought and our emotions. How lovely. It's wonderful. So I just wanted to get that out. God bless you. And have a great day, See the good in everyone. See, because that is training you to see the good in yourself. It's a practice. Everything you do is a practice. The thought patterns are practices. That's why you got to shut them down sometimes and just, watch them, play defense, see where they're going. Anyhow, God bless you. I love you. I'll see you on the next one.